Robotics is confusing. This video will clarify your decision entry. Once you know, it won't be that hard. But if you still have trouble, book a Glo-Bus coach in the description.
Who doesn't love robots? They make everything easier, except when they cost extra money. So what we're looking for in robotics upgrade for the ACC workstations, or the action capture camera workstations, or the robotics upgrade for the drones, the UAV drones workstations, we're reducing the number of persons per group that works at the workstation. And we're reducing it from 4 to 3, and we're replacing one of those workers with a robot. And there's really only two things that we can change. We can change this, whether or not we upgrade or not, or we can change what the amount of money, should we upgrade, where the money will come from. So we can finance it with a stock issue, we can finance it with any degree of loans, of 10-year loans. Now, when we look at robotics, this is simply just an investment. So imagine you're running a company that comes across a vendor. The vendor says, oh, with these new robots, you're going to be able to produce ACC cameras much faster and much better. And you say, well, show me your wares. They show how it works. And they say, if you sign on the dotted line, we're going to finance you either with a 10-year loan, or we'll take some of your stock, or a portion thereof. And you say, well, how much money am I going to save each year? And they say, well, that's up to you. So you do the calculation, and you look at the depreciation of the equipment. You look at the labor savings of the equipment. Notice it's a negative number there. It's negative 64 or $6.4 million. And you look at the maintenance cost of those machines, of those robots. And then if you are financing it with a 10-year loan, you're looking at an interest charge as well. If you do no with a stock issue, what happens is you issue shares, and your profit per share, well, if you increase the number of shares in this ratio, this earnings per share, well, then your earnings per share will go down. And so you can finance it with a stock issue, which is zero money, but you're going to suffer every year with the earnings per share. So you want to determine, is the cost of equity higher than the cost of debt? And usually the cost of debt is less. And so you usually like to go with 100% 10-year loan. And the net annual cost impact is the sum of these previous numbers. Now, if the labor savings that you're getting is less than all of the other costs, then you're not going to save money. And this is a little bit deceptive. It's the net annual cost impact. So if revenues minus expenses or costs equals profits, and you're hoping that profits will be as big as possible. So if you have revenues and those are constant, and you decrease costs, well, then you get a net profit. So let's look at the change in the costs and the change in the profit for the robotics upgrade. So initially, if you initiate the upgrade, so if the revenue minus costs equals profit, and your costs go up, if they're a positive increase in costs, then you're going to have less profit year after year after year. So when we look at this, we say, well, the AC camera workstations, we can do this robotics upgrade, but every year it will cost $1.7 million extra to our company. And so that doesn't make any sense. Let's go no upgrade for that particular one. Let's test the drones, and we look at the initiate upgrade, and it looks like it's a negative number. So a negative change in cost means that you're saving money, right? Your costs will decrease every year. And that's all well and good, but the problem with this is there's variability in what happens in your company. So you don't know if every year you're going to get this additional benefit or a reduction in costs. So how much money do you need? You need a little bit of a margin of safety. And I recommend that you look at this, and if it in the initiate upgrade, and it has a number in here that's more negative than $1 million, so it's negative $1 million or negative 1,000 in this little area here because it's in thousands, then you initiate the upgrade, because you're likely over time to be able to count on that cost savings. Because once you initiate the upgrade, there's no going back. You've had that equipment has been purchased, you can't get any more than a salvage value out of that equipment. All right, so that's as simple as it gets. Just to summarize, initiate the upgrade if this number right here, the cost savings, is going to be a negative more than 1,000 in that area. And you always do it with a 100% 10-year loan is what I recommend.
See the link in the description to book a Glo-Bus coach. We made a third and best way to forecast your competitive assumptions. It's available as a free spreadsheet you can download in the description. Completing the Glo-Bus walkthrough in the order presented is best. Click on this video next, and don't forget to subscribe.